Hello and a very warm welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television, coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Uyi Agmofwebe, reminding our viewers that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcasts. The factional chairman of the New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, LG Brain Dongua, has defended the recent visit to APC National Chairman Abdullahi Ganduje by some members of the party as a deliberate attempt in the best interest of the party. Addressing a news conference, Dongua said the party leadership in Kano is fully aware of the visit to Ganduje by Kawu Sumaila-led group. Global TV correspondent Idris Jibrain now reports.
The old parade ground in the Federal Capital Territory was the center of political activities as the APC hosted a unity rally.
Sincere apologies for that mix-up. We'll return to that story in the course of this news broadcast. In the meantime, President Bola Tinubu has approved the release of 120 billion naira to the Federal Ministry of Education to advance the ministry's technical and vocational education and training agenda. Minister of State for Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmad, stated this in a speech at the commissioning of the Community and Education Center at Ikot-Abasi, Akwa Ibom State. This came as the federal government prepares to empower at least 650,000 youths with the technical, vocational, and digital skills required to meet emerging industrial and labor needs. Let's return to politics now, where the All Progressives Congress, APC, has held a major unity rally in Abuja, the nation's capital, signaling renewed political momentum and grassroots consolidation ahead of upcoming political engagements. Speaking at the event, the national chairman of the ruling party, Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, emphasized the importance of internal unity and a strengthened grassroots network in securing future electoral victories. Sharon Ajay completes the story.
The old parade ground in the Federal Capital Territory was the center of political activities as the APC hosted a unity rally attended by party loyalties, stakeholders, and high-profile figures from across the 6 area councils. APC National Chairman Dr. Abdullahi Umar Ganduje says APC stands on the pillars of inclusivity, progressive governance, and grassroots development. He reaffirmed the party's growing influence in the FCT and encouraged continued alignment across political structures.
The 6th African Regional Conference on Irrigation and Drainage has successfully concluded in Abuja, Nigeria, with the theme Tackling Irrigation Development and Water Management Crisis in Africa. The conference brought together experts, policy makers, and stakeholders from across the continent to address pressing challenges in water management and agricultural sustainability. Here is Godwin Sunday's report.
The Honorable Minister for Agriculture and Rural Development, Mahmoud Abubakar, has called for an urgent need for innovative strategies to transform irrigation systems across Africa. He highlighted the continent's challenges, including inadequate infrastructure, financial constraints, and government issues, urging collaborative effort to overcome these barriers.
And number 1 SDG is on poverty. Number 2 is zero hunger. Number 6, clean water and sanitation. Number 13, climate action. When we talk about water scarcity, people have inadequate access to water for irrigation in agricultural zones, which by extension limits food production and thereby exacerbating hunger and malnutrition.
Throughout the conference, participants engaged in technical sections, policy dialogues, and site visits to key irrigation zones across Nigeria. The discussion centered on sustainable agriculture, climate resilience, and enhancing food security. Speaking during the panelist section, Dr. Mike Smith, the Director General of the International Water Management Institute, IWMI, reaffirmed its commitment to supporting smallholder farmers.
Many progress has been made. There are two things very quickly, and we can come back upon later. First of all, there's too much discrepancy between the urban areas and the rural areas. Significant increase has been done in the urban areas, peri-urban areas, but so much needs to be done, especially in the rural areas. Second thing, very quickly, we need to have access to data. As it always has been said, you cannot manage what you cannot control.
On the other hand, Dr. Mako Asari, president of ICEED, also pledged its commitment to boost livelihood and strengthen agricultural economies.
Poverty rates in rural areas remain stubbornly high. And one of the things highlighted in this conference is water can really make a difference to progress with that challenge. And in particular, we must think of water and irrigation development in terms of driving transformation through water.
The patron of ICEED, Dr. Sulaiman Hassan Adamu, the immediate past Minister of Water Resources, thanked all parties that the resolutions and partnership formed will pave the way for a more sustainable and food security in Africa. Godwin Sunday reporting for.
Thank you, Godwin. The Nigerian Army has appointed Lieutenant Colonel Onyinyechi Anele as the acting director of Army Public Relations. She is the first woman to occupy the position. Anele, a member of Direct Regular Course 15 and a fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, her appointment takes effect from April 2022, 2025. In a bid to solidify the partnership fostered through the Nigeria-South Africa Binational Commission, recently inaugurated by President Bola Tinubu and his South Africa counterparts, President Cyril Ramaphosa, ministers of solid minerals of both nations have signed a memorandum of understanding outlining key areas of cooperation, complete with implementation timelines. Sharon Ajay has the details. I will bring you those reports after this break. Please do stay with us.
Do you know that global television can be watched in Nigeria and all over the world?
Download the Global TV Nigerian mobile app for Android and iOS devices to watch global television real-time from around the world. What are you waiting for?
Start downloading and stay connected to global television.
This is Global Television. You're watching the live broadcast of the media news with Uyi Agumofwebe. We now turn to business, where Nigeria's Vice President, Kashif Shettima, has urged ministries, departments, and agencies of government to prioritize data sharing and dialogue, which are central to streamlining the business environment and enhancing the ease of doing business in the country. Stanley Okwacha, Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications in the Office of the Vice President, made this statement where he noted that the Vice President had implored ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as members of the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council, to deepen synergy to ensure a more enabling business climate in the country. The Nigeria Sovereign Investment Authority, NSIA, says in the last 12 years, it has been making consistent positive returns. Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the authority, Aminu Umar Sadiq, made this known at the authority's media engagements on the 2024 earnings presentation in Abuja. And still talking business, the influx of Chinese mobile phones into Nigeria's mobile telephone market has continued to provide hundreds of jobs for youths across the country. In Kano, for example, Nigeria's center of commerce, millions of people are trooping on a daily basis to purchase mobile phones and accessories in the state's mobile phone markets. We'll bring you that report subsequently. In the meantime, let's jump to the foreign scene now, where the Trump administration is reportedly considering shutting down nearly 30 embassies and consulates worldwide, including several in Africa, as part of a broader plan to streamline America's diplomatic presence abroad. This is according to an internal document from the U.S. State Department. Among the proposed closures are American embassies in Lesotho, the Republic of Congo, the Central African Republic, and South Sudan. Anyway, from the African continent, Colombia has declared a national health and economic emergency over a deadly yellow fever outbreak, with the government urging people to get vaccinated and take precautions while traveling over Easter weekend. The mosquito-borne virus, which typically causes fever, muscle pains, nausea, and headaches, is endemic in multiple countries in South America, including Colombia, where the current outbreak has had a high mortality rate. U.S. President Donald Trump has thwarted Israeli plan to strike Iranian nuclear sites as Washington attempts to reach a deal to curb Tehran's weapons program. The United States and Iran, which have not had diplomatic relations for more than 40 years, are seeking a new nuclear deal after Trump pulled out of a landmark agreement during his first term. U.S. Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi are due to meet in Rome today, a week after they held the highest-level Iranian-U.S. nuclear negotiations. And now, time to get some excitement out of the world of sports. Nigeria's Quadri Aruna was the last African to exit the 2025 ITTF World Cup in Macau, China, as the continent's campaign came to a disappointing end following group stage eliminations for all representatives. The second-ranked African player fell in straight sets to Sweden's Antin Karlberg. In a related development, the National Sports Commission, NSC, has commended Team Nigeria's outstanding performance at the recently concluded International Table Tennis Federation ITTF World Para Future Tournament in Amman, Jordan, where the nation displayed its prowess in para table tennis by finishing among the top 3 teams globally. Over the 3-day championship, which took place from April 13 to 15, Nigeria amassed a remarkable haul of 5 gold, 7 silver, and 2 bronze medals. Competing against powerhouses such as Germany, Iran, and host nation Jordan, Nigeria stood tall as one of only 3 African nations in attendance, alongside Egypt and South Africa. Not a bad way to end it all, after all. And as your Global TV Media News here, thank you for watching. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. Kindly follow us across all of our social media platforms using Global TV NG and other handles now showing on your screen. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 24/7 broadcast. I'm Uyag Mofwegwe, thanking you for your time with us. We will see you soon.